Hey y'all, good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 20th, and it is the bright hour of 7:50 a.m. I guess that's not that early, but I am exhausted because I just tossed and turned before I fell asleep last night. I ended up going to bed around 3, I think, and I had to be up at 7, so I am pooped. I am going to put my truck in the shop this morning, and then I have to take my physics midterm. So it's not gonna be that fun of a morning. I'm starting out my day with the cup of coffee you just saw me make. Just coffee and cashew milk and my Man Sports ISO aminos for some flavor. So I look dead because I am. Off to the dealership, I'll check in later. For my first meal of the day, I am going to make 90-second microwave bread to make a little egg sandwich. So I sprayed this with a little bit of coconut oil, and I'm going to crack one egg into this cup. Make sure I don't get any shell in it. The next thing I am going to do is do 1 tablespoon or about 7 grams of coconut flour in here next. The next ingredient is almond flour. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons or about 21 grams of almond flour. Next, I'm going to do a little pinch of this pink salt. And lastly, I'm going to do maybe a half a teaspoon or so of baking powder. Just a little pinch, a couple pinches. I don't have a measuring cup, so it's a little much. What I'm going to do next is just stir this all together in here and get it nice and mixed up. There's a little bow right there, little bow. I got my little batter all mixed together and kind of pressed into the bottom of this cup. I'm going to microwave it for 90 seconds and it should be good to go. I just pulled my 90-second bread out of the microwave. So what I did was I just sliced this in half when I pulled it out. And I'm actually going to stick it in the toaster for a minute to see if I can get it to get a little bit toasty. My little 90-second bread actually crisped up very nice in the toaster oven. I also toasted half of a sausage link that I cut in half, and I am frying an egg to finish out this little breakfast sandwich that I am making for breakfast. There you have it. This is my 90-second microwave bread with 1 fried egg, part of a toasted sausage. And this is going to make a delicious breakfast sandwich and perfect fuel for the physics test I am over here studying for. That coconut flour bread was really, really good. But it does kind of dry out your mouth, I'm assuming because of the coconut flour. But next time I may just cut the slices and do a little bit thinner, and I think it'll be just fine. But that breakfast sandwich just hit the nail on the head. It was great. I just worked on clearing off the table because I have to take my physics midterm. And I have to use this service called Smarter Proctoring, where they look at me through my computer camera to make sure I'm not using these screens or my notes or anything to help me on the test, which sucks because I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. So it shall be a grand old time. Got my study snack in, or study breakfast, and my truck is in the shop. They just called me and it needs a crap load of work and it'll be done tomorrow. So I'm without a vehicle, but I need to stop rambling and get to physicsing. Is that a word? Probably not. Oh well. Well, in other news, it is now 1:30. I took my midterm. It took them 40 minutes to start my test. And then that teacher must have been on drugs when he wrote that exam. I just made my beloved keto limeade, just some Topo Chico mineral water that is sparkling, some lime juice, and a splash of stevia. Helps cure those cravings of wanting some soft drinks. I have just been so stressed and focused on school. I am just really not that hungry right now, but I am going to eat one of these as a snack, these peely nuts. So I just kind of discovered peely nuts, but in this container it is 210 calories, 24 grams of fat, 0 net carbs. There's 1 gram of fiber in these nuts and 3 grams of protein. So these nuts are almost all fat. And they taste super buttery, and I think this is like the salted flavor, but this is what they look like. I had never had them until recently. They're these little long nuts. I don't know why closing one eye is gonna make that focus, but they taste good. They kind of just melt in your mouth, and they are a great little high-fat snack that I've discovered. So I'm gonna eat my peely nuts, drink my limeade, and I still have one more lab report to write for the day until I can be done with physics and take a dang break. Are you cleaning your brother? So, I don't even really like pickles, but I am feeling a pickle today for some reason. Probably going to regret this after I eat one, but we're going to eat one of these little mini crunchy pickles as a little snack because I just wanted something like sour or just a different flavor. Woo, that's sour. I am finally freaking done with physics after working on it all freaking day. Dad is cooking us burgers for dinner. No cheese because dairy free for a couple of days to see how it goes, which is a tragedy. I want some cheese, but I'll put some mayo on it and I'll just forget about the cheese. So, if you're not on the coast, you probably haven't really heard much about it, but we have a tropical storm headed straight for us, and it's gonna get here like tomorrow night. As you can tell, it's already starting to get real gross out here. Just dark, and we're expecting a lot of rain. So, it shall be interesting the next couple of days to see what happens. What's up, ladies? Do y'all want some worms? Let's get them some worms. All right, y'all's favorite. Come get it. Let's check out these burgers. Woohoo! Ooh, that's hot. Ma'am? Ma'am? I think you're lost. What do you think you're doing? This ain't your territory. You are a backyard animal. Let's go home. You can do it. Hello, escapee. So for dinner tonight is another night of hamburgers that my dad bought. Ah! Okay, that was a terrible mistake, Catherine. Do not hamburger and videotape. Oh well. It will survive. Hey, Bo. What's going on? Oh, is that a happy nub? Is that a happy nub? This is my meal. Just this one hamburger and some mayo. Not anything that exciting, but dairy-free, y'all. Lick the air. Oh, yeah. That's gonna get you it. Lick that air. Here's how cute. I am bored because I finished my work today. So I figured I would take a couple of minutes to answer some pressing questions that I've gotten from people. I hope that you enjoy. I have been asked a lot lately if I am still taking metformin. So I actually only took metformin for maybe 3 or 4 days because I was having some really bad stomach issues. Well, a month later, I was still having those stomach issues, and at the doctor, we determined it was either some parasite or bacteria, because you don't still have stomach problems a month after taking a medicine. So I may actually attempt metformin again, because obviously that was not the original culprit of my sickness. I have been asked a lot lately, what camera do I use? I use the Canon G7X. It's just a little camera, but it is so perfect for vlogging. I love it. I recently posted that video of my senior presentation, and I had a couple of people ask if I ever considered becoming a teacher. No, I do not like children, I do not like people, and I don't think I could ever lecture to a class. What type of food scale do I use? If you ever go click that link down below, it says my favorite products. I have some of the products I use every day in my Amazon store. So if you're ever looking for something that I use religiously, it's probably in there for you to check out. And I think it just started raining on me. I always want to incorporate some questions and answer sessions into my videos. So remember, if you ever have any questions, leave them down below in that comment section and I can address them, especially if it's something I am asked quite often. I'm gonna wrap up this really short question and answer session because it is starting to rain. I tried to get all the dogs to sit in a line. Failed miserably. Hi, cuties. Do y'all want a treat? Can we take a moment to appreciate the sky right now? It's pink outside. This is so weird looking. Probably because there's a storm headed our way. You usually get these cool clouds. I love it. So neat. But it's like a yellow color out here. I am craving something kind of sweet, so for my last meal of the day, I am going to make a dairy-free smoothie. So to be completely honest, I am going to do this a little haphazardly. I'm not going to measure out these ingredients because I don't feel like dirtying up a bunch of measuring cups, and my scale is out of batteries, so I need to go upstairs and get a fresh battery, and that's just too much work. Originally, this was supposed to be a blueberry coconut smoothie, and in a tragic turn of events, someone has eaten all of the frozen blueberries. So this is going to be a strawberry coconut smoothie. Guess that's the second choice. I prefer blueberries over strawberries because they're, I think, a little less carb dense, but we'll just only throw a few strawberries in there. All right, let me show you what I'm going to slap on into this dairy-free strawberry coconut smoothie. I am going to start off with probably about 1.5 cups of cashew milk. There is so little calories in this. I don't feel bad about pouring a little extra so I can have some more volume to my smoothie. Next up, I am going to throw just a couple of strawberries in here just to have a little strawberry flavor. Up next is this chia seeds. I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of that into my smoothie. Next up, I just found this coconut cream, and it's kind of like whipped cream, but in the coconut form. So we are going to give this a try for our coconut taste. But this is kind of cool. I've never used this before, but it's a very thick little cream consistency. So I'm just gonna do about, I don't know, however many 2 spoonfuls is. Yeah, you know, haphazard, y'all, haphazard. Next up, I'm going to do just a little squirt of stevia to give it just a little bit more sweetness. And lastly, this is very optional. This is some xanthan gum. This stuff freaking goes everywhere, which is why it is in a plastic bag. And you only need like 1 or 2 grams. And this is a thickener that will help just your smoothie thicken up a little bit if you would like. And lastly, I'm just gonna go stick a couple of ice cubes in here to have that smoothie little frozen consistency. I just got my smoothie all blended up, thankfully without incident. And we are just going to pour it into this glass. I think I made a little bit too much. Oh. Really? Really, Kat? Well, I can't cook without making a mess, y'all. Crisis has been averted. This smoothie is bigger than my head. I made, yeah, too much, but I'm going to sit here and enjoy this as my last meal of the day. My kitty was waiting to greet me, to walk me back home. Last night I ran my first mile without stopping for the first time in literally months. I told myself I was going to do it again tonight. I did it, did not stop, had the exact same time of an 11:28 mile. And I'm hot and sweaty. I don't know how I can get so sweaty in literally 11.5 minutes. But man, the humidity out here is unreal. Like I said, I had to start pushing myself harder and harder at like a quarter of the way last night. And that wasn't anything different tonight. My legs hurt like the dickens. And I just told myself, I have to do it. I can sit there and psych myself out, say I can walk, but I know I am capable of running a mile, even if it takes me 11.5 minutes. I did it. I did it. Yeah! Twice in a row. Hopefully gonna make it 3 tomorrow, unless that storm gets here. I'm dying. It is getting quite late now, so I am going to go ahead and call it a night. Today was day 2 of dairy-free keto, and to be completely honest, it is extremely hard for me. What's going on back there? Well, this thing just interrupted my closing film, and they're stealing eggs. Its belly looks huge. It must be pregnant. Ugh. The dogs are going nuts. Ugh. Before I was rudely interrupted by barking dogs and another stupid possum, I think I was saying that dairy-free is very hard for me. I love cheese, I love heavy cream, I love sour cream, and I'm going to only probably do dairy-free for a few days because the keto diet seems to become so much more restrictive when I cut out dairy. But I wanted to cut it out for maybe 5 to 7 days to actually see if I see a difference in my bloating or my stomach or not. So, cutting it out for a few days, it's hard. I can do it. Just gotta keep doing it. Pushing it along. Anyways, thank you so much for watching day 2 of Kat's dairy-free keto diet. I don't know. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel down below. And I will be back again real soon with more videos. What was that? I don't know. Bye guys.